Why is Indonesia not in the World Cup? While there are some answers to why we're not in this particular World Cup, that's not what we're looking for. Now, as an Indonesian watching this amazing group stage,
Argentina lives on!
Germany are going home from this World Cup!
and preparing myself for the upcoming knockout rounds, I find myself asking, why is my country not in the World Cup? The majority of people are going to say, because we're not talented enough. While that is the right answer, that is not all of the answer. To fully answer this question, we need to look at China. That's right, China.
China is changing.
China wants to be a football superpower by 2050. I repeat, China wants to be a global superpower in football by the year 2050. The Chinese don't even like football nearly as much as the Indonesians do. Indonesians are crazy about football. It's the #1 sport here by sheer numbers. People skip work the next day to watch 2 o'clock in the morning games. People from every religion, race, class unite over this sport. The interest and love for football in this nation is on par with other football-loving nations. But yet, almost every Indonesian has heard or have said this before. Why can't we find 11 great players from Sabang to Merauke? Why is it that hard? Well, don't you think China has the same problem, or even a greater problem in this regard? They have over 1 billion people. They are #1 in population. We are #4. But China realizes that interest and participation in a country is not enough to make a country excel at football. It takes more than that. First, you need to start with the children. Chinese President Xi Jinping wants the game taught in 50,000 Chinese schools by 2025. He is making an active effort for kids to learn football. But we need to learn to also let players develop creatively and not to train them like machines. Organize the streets into your club, says world-renowned manager Gus Hiddink. That's where the second point comes in. Don't let gifted teenagers fall through the cracks. Developing youth academies is of utmost importance. And Xi Jinping is going to be spending a monstrous amount of money to make sure that happens. Building 20,000 new training centers with the world's biggest academy in Guangzhou. China is going all the way. And the third tip is to actually prepare for the World Cup itself. This is what China is doing. This is what they're great at. Not only are they preparing for the World Cup, they have a clear vision and a clear mission. Jordan Peterson once said, "What you aim determines what you see." They have a target to become a football superpower by 2050. So what about Indonesia? Do we have a specific aim? Do we have a specific vision? A simple Google search can tell you easily what China wants. But a simple Google search can't tell you anything about what Indonesia wants. So I tried to find out. I asked, or at least I tried to ask.
It's Friday 29 Juni jam 2 siang and I'm recording the conversation yang gue bakal langsung nelpon PSSI. Alright guys, so far PSSI ya nomornya nih 021-291-15678 di website mereka tidak mengangkat telepon. Guys, kalau PSSI nggak jawab, gue akan menelpon ke Menpora.
They didn't even pick up the phone. But there's a silver lining to all this. In the year 2026, the World Cup will allow 48 teams to participate. That's 8 years from now. And as Indonesians, Let's call on whoever is responsible and ask them a simple question. What's our country's vision for football?
Thank you guys for watching my first video essay. I was inspired by Nerdwriter, Vox, and Every Frame of Painting to do this kind of video essay. And I was inspired by John Oliver from Last Week Tonight to do some sort of action. Because John Oliver likes to do a lot of this, like, you know, make a website, make a hashtag, or call this, call that, or make something real. So I wanted to do something, and as you guys saw from the video essay, I tried to call PSSI, I tried to call Kemenpora, but you know, none of them answered. And even if you Google the vision and the mission or the aim or target for Indonesian football in English or in Bahasa Indonesia, it's not clear. There needs to be some sort of clear thing. So for those of you at home, call your representative, call PSSI, call Kemenpora, call your government, call your representatives, but call them and ask politely, apa nih visi misi sepak bola Indonesia? Karena walaupun gua cinta dengan basket, gua anak basket, tapi gua tuh cinta nonton Indonesia main sepak bola, apalagi di Piala Dunia. Gua capek men nonton Piala Dunia 2018 ini, and I'm just wondering there, why is our country not in it? Nah, kita punya kesempatan di tahun 2026 FIFA World Cup di Kanada, Meksiko, dan the US, dan ada 48 tim. Right? That's 8 years from now. Anak-anak kita sekarang 10 tahun, kembali 18 tahun, ada generasi, ada kemungkinan kita masuk Piala Dunia, and I want that for Indonesia. That's why I made this video essay. We need to learn from other countries. We need to learn from China yang sama sekali nggak ada interest in football setinggi dengan Indonesia, tapi China pun ada target, ada aim. They have a clear goal, infrastructure. So please call your representatives, call people, okay? Tanya ke PSSI, ke Menpora, ke DPR. Apa sih visi misi lu untuk sepak bola Indonesia? Thank you so much for watching. My name is Andovi Lopez. Semoga sepak bola Indonesia maju.
Subscribe.